I'm excited to talk about the Reparations Investment Company, and just to let people know that Brendan and I are members of the Uhuru Solidarity Movement, which is hosting this telethon tonight, and we are the organization of white people working under the leadership of the African People's Socialist Party for reparations to African people, organizing in the white community to build material solidarity with African self-determination. We also want to salute and recognize Chairwoman Penny Hess, the chair of the African People's Solidarity Committee, who has been leading under the party's leadership the work of reparations from the white community to African people since the founding of the Solidarity Committee in 1976. And this Reparations Investment Company is an extension of that work. It is the newest initiative of the Black Power Blueprint, building the independent African economy. And once again, we want to recognize and salute the leader, without whose leadership none of this would be possible, Chairman Omali Yeshitela, who's been fighting for African self-determination and freedom for over 60 years and is literally the one who made reparations a household word. And President Zené Yeshitela, the brilliant visionary mind behind the Black Power Blueprint and the economic work of the Uhuru movement. The Reparations Investment Company is an innovation of the chairman and deputy chair that was created as an extension of the Black Power Blueprint to contribute towards the building of African community political and economic power in North St. Louis. Through decades of deliberate colonial city government policies, including the notorious Team 4 plan of the 1970s, the city has intentionally let the once thriving North Side African community deteriorate as a plan to displace the neighborhoods and gentrify the North Side. This has been underway for decades, reaching new levels with the building of the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, a CIA spy center built less than 2 miles from the Uhuru House. The city government is now exploiting the aftermath of the tornado devastation that we're going to hear a lot more about tonight as an opportunity to accelerate the plan that has already been in effect for decades. And this is where the leadership of the African working class steps in. This is where the Black Power Blueprint and the Reparations Investment Company become necessary to build self-government, self-determination of the African working class on the North Side, which the Black Power Blueprint has been doing for the past 8 years. As the chairman says, this work is designed to negate colonialism, to overturn the Del Mar divide that is a symbol of the legacy of oppression in this city that prioritized development and prosperity for the South Side at the expense of the North Side. The Reparations Investment Company is part of the African community's plan to build their own solutions, to reclaim control of the property, the real estate in their neighborhoods, and revitalize the North Side on their own terms. So what is the Reparations Investment Company? It is renovation that contends with gentrification. It is a joint program of the African People's Education and Defense Fund and Black Star Industries. Reparations for Black community-led revitalization through renovation of property and community ownership in North St. Louis. The Reparations Investment Company is the Black Power Blueprint's response to the fact that when you go to the North Side, you see literally thousands of abandoned properties left to rot by the city. It is a campaign to bring those properties under the ownership of the community itself, so they can be repaired into beautiful homes for sale and rental within the African community. This is part of the community staying in their neighborhoods and bringing power back to North St. Louis. It is revitalization through self-determination, as opposed to displacement and extraction. The resources that you can donate or invest to the Reparations Investment Company circulate within the North Side and contribute towards African economic self-reliance. This is not charity. Rather than the city government or outside developers coming in and deciding what happens to the real estate on the North Side, as has been the case for decades, the Reparations Investment Company means the African community decides. The proceeds raised from the sale of properties go back towards funding the economic development work of the Black Power Blueprint. In other words, the impact of one property being acquired and renovated is exponential. Reparations Investment is building a reparations-centered network of investors, donors, contractors, skilled laborers, and volunteers who contribute towards sustainable African community-driven real estate acquisition, renovation, and development to generate lasting social impact for the whole community, and you can be a part of it. So since the launch of the Reparations Investment Company, one property has so far been acquired. This is it. It's a beautiful property. We're going to talk to you a lot more about this later in the program. 2110 Harris Avenue. Thanks to an investor, we were able to hire Angel and Elliott Construction to install a new roof. So the $20,000 goal for tonight's telethon includes raising the funds needed for the renovation of this property, which is the first project of the Reparations Investment Company. And we are also now in the process of acquiring 2 new properties, which we'll tell you more about later in the program. And we need investors to purchase and renovate these homes. You can contribute by donating to the $20,000 goal by going to blackpowerblueprint.org/donate. And we call on anyone who's interested in being an investor or donating their skills, such as contractors, architects, electricians, flooring specialists, plumbers, and other skilled laborers, to contact info@uhurusolidarity.org or let us know in the chat. And finally, we call on you to come to St. Louis if you're not here already and bring your skills and talents to the Reparations Investment Company. So join the team, donate, be a part of this. This is so exciting. This is incredibly transformational work that the African working class is leading, and we have a role and a responsibility in it as reparations to African people. So having said all of that, I'm very, very honored to bring up Chairman Omali Yeshitela, the leader of the Uhuru movement, our leadership, the leader who, as I said, made reparations a household word. And the Reparations Investment Company represents the latest front of the struggle and the strategy that the chairman has been forging and leading for over 50 years. So we're very honored to have with us Chairman Omali Yeshitela, Uhuru Chairman.
Uhuru, Comrade, thank you so much. I really just want to extend my appreciation to everyone who is here, and to Comrade Deputy Chair Owner Zené Yeshitela, who really is the, as you mentioned, the visionary who has projected the significance of this economic work in a way that has never happened before.